This video is sponsored by Skillshare.
New guys.
Okay, question, wait. Who has the biggest?
Well, someone's compensating for something.
Let's just start without any introduction. So today I have a little review video for you. I want to talk about the TTArtisan 50mm 0.95. It must be nice. This is obviously a knockoff of the Leica Noctilux 50mm. I'm not really 50mm shooter, but I actually reached out to, not TTArtisan, but to Gear. They're an online store and they sell a lot of these Chinese brands. And I actually had a portrait shoot coming up, so I thought, 9.5 aperture must be nice for a portrait shoot. So I asked them if I could, try out this lens or review it, and they were happy to send me one. So a little disclaimer, but I can say what I want. I have pros and cons about this lens, so just wanted to let you guys know. So this is the packaging, very simple, white. Yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about the packaging, but I guess this is part of the experience. So I don't know how many elements and groups are in this lens. I might pop up some specs here on the screen. Damn it! Oh. So this is how the lens comes in this nice white box. I think it's plastic. And then it opens up like this. Very fancy. And let's see what else. It comes with a calibration chart, so you can calibrate your focus. This is especially important if you're using a rangefinder camera. And I actually used it on my Leica SL, which is not a rangefinder. So for me, I didn't need to calibrate the lens. But if you are using a rangefinder, then it comes with this tool and this chart, and then you can calibrate it. Of course, I have a bunch of sample photos for you guys. I also shot this lens during the night. I shot some street, I shot some portraits, all that stuff. We are going to have a look at it later. So yeah, first impression, it's definitely a very well-built lens. It feels very solid. It is quite heavy. The front element is huge, as you can see. That is a big piece of glass, and look at that aperture ring. Isn't it nice? The aperture ring, by the way, is very smooth, not so tight. It's quite loose actually, but it clicks in nicely. And also the focusing ring. It's a little stiff, but I guess when you're focusing at 0.95, you want a tight focus ring. Let's talk a little bit about bokeh, or the autofocus background. Personally, I really don't care about bokeh. I shoot my lenses stopped down. For me, it's more important what's in the frame, the content, the story. So, but I got this lens especially to shoot in low light and for portraits. And when you're shooting in low light situations, having an aperture of 0.95 is quite handy, although focusing is very difficult, but we will get to it. So yeah, if you're a bokeh whore, then this lens will make your bokeh whore friends jealous. It is very nice. The autofocus background does look very nice and creamy. So yeah, first impression, very good build quality, and it has this gold mount, which also looks quite nice. Almost looks like it's a cinema lens from the shape of it. Very good job, TTArtisan. Yeah, I'm impressed. On the SL, it is nicely balanced. It's a little bit front heavy, but it's cool. It's a cool lens. And having the EVF and focus peaking, and I'm able to zoom in and check focus. So this is a perfect combination in my opinion. Much better than using it on a Leica rangefinder or my Minolta CLE just for fun. I will show you how that looks like. So there you have it.
More dick than balls.
Yeah, it's pretty funny how that looks. I think this could be a good segue to some clips I prepared for you, a little behind the scenes of me using this lens on the SL and the CLE, and the problems that come with shooting on a rangefinder film camera, but this problem is specific to the Minolta CLE. You will also see some examples shooting wide open and stop down to basically until to f8. Yeah, let's just run the clip and I see you after that.
And this is actually made for portraits because it blurs out the background very beautifully. But it's not that sharp, but it is very dreamy, like very, you know, blown out the background. That's cool.
Okay, so now I put the TTArtisan 50mm on my Minolta CLE, but the problem is it's so big it blocks the viewfinder patch, so I can't focus it. That's why we have to now put it on the Leica SL, and then I focus, then I switch back to this camera, and hopefully the focus will still be on Olivia, and yeah, we just have to try. Okay, just relax. That doesn't need to be the most amazing photo, just need to focus. Okay, hold it, hold it. Okay, so here we go. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one like this. Okay, we're now closing the aperture, 1.4. Ah, shit. Okay, let's do f2. Okay, one more at f2.8 and it should be sharp now. And just for fun, let's do f8. Okay, last one. And boom. Okay. Alright, so as you can see, it was quite difficult nailing the focus on my film camera, but I think when you use a Leica M camera, you should definitely calibrate the lens and then you should be fine. Although it is very hard focusing at 0.95. I guess if you use like an M3 that is, you know, that has the viewfinder for the 50mm focal length, or you have an SL, or maybe a Leica CL or a Panasonic, or basically any camera where you can adapt M lenses onto that has a viewfinder or focus peaking, you should be fine. Ooh, it just got very sunny outside and it messes up with my lighting. So now I don't have this nice edge light anymore, but whatever. Okay, I have a few more sample photos that I shot during the night when I was in London hanging out with my homies Jay and Leo and Vijay. Yeah, just a little behind the scenes again, a bunch of sample photos, and I think that should be enough. And then I will give you my final conclusion at the end, so let's go.
Wait, pose for me. Come on, pose for me. Boom, London. Hold it, hold it. Okay.
This is the best you're gonna get in film.
The shutter sounds way different. It's quiet, but
Okay, I hope this gave you an idea of how this lens performs in the real world. I'm definitely impressed and I really enjoyed using it. I think it's a very solid lens and a good fake Noctilux, especially for the price. I mean, who can afford 10 grand on a lens? This is just too much. So from that perspective, they did a really good job faking the Leica lens. And it's plenty sharp wide open. And I think that's the question everyone wants to know. Is it actually usable? And I think yes, it is. If your main focus is portraiture, yeah, I wouldn't really use it for street, obviously, because it's a little bit too heavy. But if you're stopping it down, it is very sharp. I don't really remember any faults. I didn't really see any chromatic aberrations, but I'm sure there is chromatic aberration shooting wide open, but I didn't really encounter that. Yeah, I can definitely recommend it, especially for the price. But you know what's more important than good camera gear? Actually having skills.
Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives that offers thousands of inspiring classes, including topics like illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. One skill that I think everyone should practice is the skill of telling stories. And one class that does a really good job on teaching that is from Keith Yamashita, called Storytelling for Leaders: How to Craft Stories That Matter. Besides explaining what makes a good story, Keith gives a lot of practical tips on how to create your own story by also giving you some resources that you can print out that will help you find a story that is interesting and will captivate your audience. With an annual subscription of less than $10 a month, you can unlock classes like this and many more.
They're also giving away a free trial of Skillshare Premium membership for the first 1,000 who go into the video description and click on that link. So go check it out and you might learn some skills that benefit your photography. And I know it's a little cheeky talking about camera skills after a Skillshare ad, but I really think our priorities should be focused more on working on our craft, you know, taking workshops, going on trips. Oh wait, maybe not this year, but you know what I mean. And yeah, gear is nice and I also love gear, and I know you know, so yeah, just saying, you know, just saying. So yeah, thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video. So there you have it, this was my little review of the TTArtisan 50mm F0.95. I guess if you watched this video to this point, you already know you want it, so just go to the video description, click on that affiliate link and just buy it, come on. Just buy 5, you know, you probably have 5 friends, they would probably appreciate it if you buy them, you know, a lens. Did you ever buy a lens for a friend? No? What kind of friend are you? I hope you enjoyed this video and I see you in the next one very soon. Bye bye. Okay.